Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Yeah. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón, yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work.
Mic check. Mic check 1, 2. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Here we go. You know how we do it.
And the pot calls the kettle black, calls the kettle burnt, calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we've both been burned on the same stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hands. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's tongue, endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still, we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her. Says she's so black she is everything, so black she is the beginning. She is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone, saving men who lost themselves the night before, saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is made of steel too. And now the pot has no words but calls the kettle bitter, but loves the glass pan, the fine china, loves all the exotic shit white men put behind glass casings, loves how fragile things not made of steel can be. But this isn't about the pot or the pan. This is about the kettle, the black woman, how she pours herself across the earth, but no one bats an eye when the water disappears. We give ourselves to men who never love us, but they say we are difficult, too hard to break. How we, the kettle, praise this pot, this man for all the water he holds. How we are the only ones who do not call him monster when the water boils over, because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any of us explode. We are the first ones to make noise when the world goes up in flames. But they say the earth was saved by the man who heard her scream. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says yes, but says you best remember you black too. The next time they bring a fire to your neck, they burn black bodies on the stake and the stove. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says bitch I might be, says nuck if you buck, then says wipe me down. Kettle says yes my nigga, I be black, I be mad, and I boiled the last man down to his bones when he tried to test me. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says hell yes, but don't say my name as if you ain't ever been burnt too.
All right, everybody. Let me go big screen for a minute.
Right now, some lucky
Let
Houston.
me pause that for a second. Let me go big screen. Yeah, I like to, you have to excuse me. I didn't clean up too well today, but like to thank everybody out today's show. We're going to get started shortly. Just want to remind everybody to make sure you like and subscribe. And if you get a chance to share, if you don't mind, here we go.
Restaurants are feeling what's known as the Keith Lee effect. The UFC fighter turned social media critic gives his reviews on local restaurants. Our Ugochi Iloko has his H-Town highlights.
From the Puttery in Pearland, which he raved about their banana pudding, to the Breakfast Club, which scored high, to Butterfunk Kitchen, calling their catfish juicy and delicious. The Keith Lee effect is already making waves in Houston.
I'm not even a sweets person. This is immaculate. I love Texas. I ain't gonna lie. I love Houston.
The Puttery in Pearland says they went from 800 TikTok followers to 48,000 overnight since Keith Lee stopped by yesterday. It's no surprise when this famous food blogger has more than 15 million followers on TikTok himself. I mean, just check out what happened to Butterfunk Kitchen Cajun Restaurant in Sunnyside. Since Lee's amazing review Sunday night, owner Aaron Johnson tells us his small family business went from doing about 15 to 20 cases of catfish a week to going through 10 cases of catfish in just one day. And here's what Lee said about the Puttery in Pearland after tasting their sweet creations.
That's a 9. I'm talking about around the corner. This place, in my opinion, the best dessert I've ever had in my life. We went and had a conversation with her. I felt like I had to, because in my opinion, this food was absolutely insane. Yo, give me a hug. That's the best thing I've had this weekend.
Oh, we love to see that. You can see the emotion just now as he wished her nothing but the best. What a special moment, especially because several.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Keith Lee right there. He is making a difference a positive difference in the community. We couldn't have enough of Keith Lees in the community. We couldn't. Mild-mannered, very honest. You can't ask for more than that. You can't ask for more than a Keith Lee. So the question is, why are there so few Keith Lees? Because he himself, if he was in a community more often, the communities would be more, what we should call would just be better. Let's put it that way. So instead of guys trying to be the next Kevin Samuels or some other clown, you should be trying to be the next Keith Lee. I hear Sandy Red. What's the name of your cousin's shop? Definitely. Definitely let me know the name of the shop because I'll try to get in touch with them. We'll see what happens, you know? But yeah, I'm very impressed with this young man. He's not letting the man get him down. He is making his own way. He is doing his own thing. Okay? I love that. I love that a lot. I love that a lot. Let's watch one more. Here we go.
The power of TikTok.
Oh, lots of power. Lots of power this guy has. A social media star causing quite a frenzy at North Texas.
Okay, let me know if the volume is cool out there. I'm going to give it a little bit more pop just to get it up there. Here we go.
Restaurants. We kind of knew this was going to happen because this is kind of what happens wherever he goes.
He said he was coming.
Posts the food,
to Dallas,
he leaves a
right.
review, and then there's a frenzy.
Things go crazy. And now a small ghost kitchen getting a lot of attention after this TikTok food critic stop there. And it's interesting, Hannah, she's here with reaction because whether he said it was good or bad, these places are seeing a huge uptick in customers.
And can I just say, I think the whole frenzy started before he even got here.
Yeah.
With you guys. Yeah, I mean, it's been chaotic, but with more than 15 million followers, there was understandably a lot of attention about where TikTok food critic Keith Lee would stop in North Texas. Well, he's now made his way to different pizza, pastry, and barbecue restaurants in the area. But it's a small Pakistani Tex-Mex fusion in Farmers Branch that has been getting a lot of attention after this glowing review.
You can see they really care about quality here. Yeah. This is the last taco. This is the Chipotle Keema. I looked it up. It's Pakistani ground beef with a hint of smoked Chipotle flavor. Yeah, that's the best one. That's the best one. Because the grilled naan is real sweet, but it's also buttery. They use an amazing amount of spices and seasonings.
Man, he is on this. He is on this. Yes, definitely, Sandy Red. Keep me posted. Keep me posted. I'm not super famous, but I'm not famous at all. But I still will. I will still find out what's going on with Keith.
On his meat, it's juicy.
Okay, that looks so good. Well, this stop, Halal Fusions emailed Lee to invite him after the owner saw that the influencer was coming to town. Well, as you just saw, the Asian Fusion Creations got a rave review. In the video, Lee said he later went in to meet the owner. He said he tipped $1,000 and then donated another $1,000 to triple a cash prize pot for a sweepstakes promotion that the restaurant was running. And the public response since that video has been posted has been explosive there. In fact, the owner, who has typically by himself at the ghost kitchen, said he had to hire 2 people to help fill all the orders after this positive feedback. Some diners waited hours to give the Pakistani Tex-Mex fusion spot a taste.
I used to live down the street and I didn't know these places was right here.
Honestly, really blessed to have this experience, and it just means a lot that the community is showing so much support and everybody's coming. Everyone's getting to try the food, and but the most that carrying on my mom's legacy through this whole experience. That's what means a lot to me.
Now, Lee gained popularity on social media because he says he always pays for the food he is reviewing and he has someone else pick up his orders, so he doesn't get any sort of special treatment, unlike other social media influencers who are often paid to promote products. Now, he said he wanted to try DFW restaurants that fit into 3 categories: local favorites, lesser known quality restaurants, and ones that have diverse backgrounds. Hutchins Barbecue, with local locations across the Metroplex, was the top locals vote. Lee visited the McKinney location on Monday and also gave that restaurant a great review. But he gave mixed reviews to Terry Black's Barbecue and Thunderbird Pies Pizza. Now, Thunderbird Pies, right near White Rock Lake, told us that despite that, they have still seen an uptick in business. So the frenzy continues. Back to you guys.
So I guess what do people just go to the business, even if it got a bad review, to say, well, I'll be the judge of that?
Well, because he went. So the reason he went was because so many people said it was good, and then maybe he didn't like it. So, and especially if it's like something right down the street from you didn't even know about. I mean, I'd want to try it, right?
Yeah, you got to try it for you.
Yeah, they loving him. They are loving him. Okay. I wanted to show a positive influence Uh-oh, I got a phone call. Hold on one second. Let me bring that. Let me go put that like that. There we go. Okay, here we go.
Hey y'all, I just wanted to come on real quick. My mom called me this morning.
Remember, okay, so let me start off by saying, remember when all these guys and Kevin Samuels were starting this little scam about how women couldn't do anything and they need the men to go out to hunt and all that kind of stuff. Believe it or not, I was looking at some fishing videos, but this came across my algorithm. So I want you to check something out here. Check this out right now. Here we go.
And she has another hog in the trap. So I'm going to head out her way. It takes me about 15 minutes or so to get to her house. So I am going to pack up my stuff and head out that way so we can get the hog out the trap. It's raining outside right now. So hopefully by the time I get to her house, the rain will have stopped a little bit and we can get out there and get this done. Right now I'm just gathering up my gun you see right there on the sofa, and I got my gloves, my knives. I'm trying to remember everything. We may have to bring him back to our house in order to get him cleaned up and skinned, because we have a covered skinning station out back at our house. At her house, we usually, do it on the back of the truck with the hanger that my husband made. But if it's raining, we're not going to be able to do that outside at her house. But we'll see once we get there how the weather is going. So hang in there with me for a few minutes and we'll see you in a little bit. So I finally got the truck loaded up. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. It is still raining a little bit, but hopefully it won't be too bad over at her house. Like I said, I got a 15-minute drive to get there. So we're just hoping for the best. Once we get to her house, we can go ahead and get this hog taken care of. I'll see you guys in a bit.
All right. By the way, this is called in the face wild hog hunting.
Let me flip y'all around real quick.
She's pretty. That's a big hog. Damn.
We had our son come over yesterday evening to set the trap because she kept telling me she was seeing him on camera, and I'll try to pop some pictures of him that she had on camera. But we did not know how big he was from the pictures. But like I said, they're all coming from right back there in those woods. Yeah, it's a pretty big one.
Yeah, I would say so. Damn.
They're coming right out of those woods right there. He's been all up here.
Corey Covert.
Tearing up the grass and stuff, rooting around. So I'm going to head back to the truck so I can get the gun, and I'll go ahead and put him down. I'm tripping over the cat. All right, so me and Mom, I'm gonna try to.
So the reason why I'm playing this right here, mom and daughter tackling wild hog control together, and from the in the face wild hog hunting is to prove that if remember when they were on and then they were on you hear these scenarios of what would happen if all the black men left and everything like that. What happened if man left? Women can do they'll just do just fine. Women know how to shoot guns too.
Get this big boy down. He is not happy. I'm gonna set this camera down right here. We can see what's going on. Let me move this.
We'll probably skip past the skip past that. That must be about 100 pounds.
It's down in the yeah, down between it.
Probably best to grab a rope, wrap it around the back end of the hog, and then both of you can kind of like tug of war it out. That's what I would do.
Yeah, it's definitely. Hopefully the other one's not.
There we go.
Okay, you have to get away.
Dang, well, looks like there they go. See? Man. Okay, they got it out of there.
Okay. Now for the hard part. How are we gonna get him up here? He is big.
That's a big one.
All right, so we got him from the trap to the truck. But now we got to figure out how to get him on the truck. So we're going to take a break because we're tired. And we'll let you guys see what we figure out.
Okay, let's see what they do.
So we think we might have a plan now. We're going to try to hoist him up with the hitch pulley and then back the truck up to it and let him down on the bed of the truck. We're going to go ahead and take him back to my house to get him skinned up and cleaned up because we think it's going to rain here again and we don't want to be out in the open while it's raining. So we're going to try it that way and see how it goes. So like I said, we made it over here with this big hog. But the problem is now we got to try to get him on the back of the truck so that we can take him back to my house to clean him.
Damn. Okay, let me fast forward a little bit. Welcome, Rat Girl. Rat Girl in the house. Okay. Another idea I would have is to cut them up in a hurry. And then just if you had to, then you can lift each piece up. Let's see if this works though.
Okay.
Oh, they got it up. Hey. That's mom and daughter doing it, providing.
House and got him hung up. So we're gonna go ahead and get him skinned up.
Okay, we're gonna end it there because I don't want to get all gross with everybody. That's what happens if women had to do everything on their own. This is what happens right here. They do it on their own. Little bit of innovation. You know what I mean? A little bit of, coordination. Coordinate. Okay, back into the show. Here we go. We're gonna start off with your favorite person and not mine, but no, just kidding. Gonna start off with Dr. Umar. He has a message for you. Here we go.
We need victory. We don't have time for vagina chasing. Black women, shut down the cookie jars and stop giving out your essence to these men who ain't producing. Black woman, shut down your cookie chamber and stop giving out your cookies to these men who ain't producing for the.
Okay, so he just said this. Black women keep giving, your cookies out to men that aren't producing. Black men that are not producing, right? The problem is what he said. Oh, back to the boar. Yeah, that's pretty much all you can do with these gamey SOBs. Pet food. Yep. You still want to cook it. Yeah, I hear that. But anyway, back to Umar. Want you to hear what he said one more time.
We don't have time for vagina chasing. Black women, shut down the cookie jars and stop giving out your essence to these men who ain't producing. Black woman, shut down your cookie chamber and stop giving out your cookies to these men who ain't producing.
Well, that was the point. Believe it or not, it's funny to me that he got in a debate with Cynthia G about this, because that's exactly what she was saying. That's exactly what she was saying. Cynthia G said something exactly like this many, many times before.
We need victory. We don't have time for vagina chasing. Black women, shut down the cookie jars and stop giving out your essence to these men who ain't producing. Black woman, shut down your cookie chamber and stop giving out your cookies to these men who ain't producing for the community. Black women, part of this is your fault because you giving out coochie and we not building no institutions. Black women.
Wow. Wow, he's getting pretty interesting here. Mr. Newbie breaks it down like this. How can he tell the woman to close their legs when he's out there sliding between some BW's legs? Yep. Not only that, he ain't married to them. Not only that, but men do it men are jumping around all over women at a 3 times the clip as women. So that's the problem I have with them that we're starting off with tonight, is basically, what is the point of telling women anything if the men are the ones doing 3 times the amount of which you're complaining women doing? That's the problem. That's a little bit of a problem right there. That's not about being, a feminist or anything. It's about just common logic. The logical thing is to address the larger problem first. The larger problem is that there's too many. Number one, there are too many men that aren't producing. okay? And there's too many men running around doing 3 times as much the amount of what Umar's complaining to women about.
Part of this is your fault because you giving out coochie and we ain't building no institutions. I said
Part at best 1/3, more like 1/5 at best. The bottom line is men are supposed to be the leaders. What did all those women, put their a pew up to the guy's head and said, hey, let's have sex? No, dudes have no control. As long as men don't have control, there's nothing anybody can do. Men can overpower. Men can get around more. Let's keep it going.
Black women, part of this is your fault because you giving out coochie to men who ain't doing nothing for the community.
It's funny to me because, quite honestly, it's like when you think about it, that's the majority of men in our community.
Oh, yes. Frederick Douglass said, we don't need the rain, we need the thunder. Not the ocean, but the roar of the waters. He said we need the tornado and the earthquake. We need the cyclone and the blizzard. Frederick Douglass said, we must make the black issue the most important talking point in America. Until we make the black issue the most important talking point in America, we get nowhere.
I agree. At least in our community. But the passport boys don't want to do that. They want to go fly away and be issues in other countries. So let's see what his solution is.
The original technology of the cell phone was invented by an African. The original technology of the airplane was invented by an African. The original technology of the internet was invented by an African. The original technology of the helicopter was invented by an African. I beg your pardon, my brother, you need to do some research. It's Black History Month. Your ass need to be reading. And speaking of Black History Month, how many of you are going to make your children read a book every day about their history for Black History Month? Can we at least do that, Black mothers and fathers? Can we at least make sure our children read?
Mothers and fathers? I thought it was supposed to be fathers and mothers, bro. I thought that men were supposed to lead. I thought the men were supposed to be the ones doing that. What happened? What happened, bro? What happened? So basically, I understand. I mean, there are women that are responsible for their own actions and so on and so forth. But basically, it sounds like to me, there's nothing a woman can do unless the men shore up their end of the deal.
Every day for an hour for these 29 days of Black History Month because it's a leap year. Can we please do that? Can we please make sure every Black child in America reads for an hour a day for the 29 days of this Black?
No, Black children should read for an hour a day, every day, 365 a week. I mean, a year. That's how it should be, really. I mean, I'm asking more than you are, Miss Dr. Umar. 1 month isn't good enough. It's got to be year after year, year after year. Let me get some shout outs out of the way. In the house, Sandy Red, Legs for Life, Mr. Snoopy, Corey Coburn. We have the Rat Girls in the house. If you're in the house, put a 1 in the chat. Lady Rindy in the house. Minerva's World in the house. We're going to have a dang good show tonight. Sandy Red says this, I noticed after him and Cynthia G were on that Fox panel, some of his talking points changed. They may have. I mean, the thing is this. He's really, believe it or not, people think he's roasting Black women, but this is the exact same, his talking a point about Black women closing their legs was exactly what Cynthia G was telling the women in her channel. Exactly the same. So yeah, I mean, you nailed it, Sandy Red. His talking points did change. I think he. Now, let me get this right. Right. I think he needs to worry. I think he needs to let Cynthia G worry about the ladies, and he needs to worry about the men, because the men is a bigger challenge, in my opinion. We are a bigger challenge. We have more deficits going on than the women do that we need to get over, that we need to win.
Please do that. Can we please make them put down the phone? I didn't say watch a YouTube video. I'm not against that, but I want them to read. Why do you want them to read, Mr. School Psychologist, Mr. Certified School Psychologist? The reason why this certified school psychologist wants your child to read is because half the black boys in America in the 4th grade can't read on their grade level.
Right. That's right. Unfortunately, either the men are not there or barely there to help their young boys read. Yep. Let me play that one more time for the fellas out there. Here we go.
In America in the 4th grade can't read on their grade level. Half the black boys in America in the 4th grade can't read on their grade level. Half the black boys in America in the 4th grade can't read on their grade level. Half the black boys in America on the 4th grade can't read on grade level. So they need to be reading.
Notice how he didn't say the black girls. Notice how he didn't say the black girls. Yeah, she sure did. I wonder what his end game is, Sandy Red. I wonder what his end game is.
I don't know why they got video games. I don't know why they got cell phones. I don't know why they got tablets. I don't know why they got Jordans. I don't know why they got HD TVs.
Well, actually, the tablets and the cell phones and everything are a better teaching tool than even books, if they use them in a proper way. They actually do. They connect with our community better than books. This is where he gets a little bit archaic, but it's okay. I understand his point of view. I think young children and women should read more. Well, already black women love to read anyway, but young men and boys need to read more in a standard format just to get your chops, your reading chops up. But for the most part, a tablet is a learning tool. Most, I would say, a lot of my work is done on tablets. What you get paid big money for on tablets. Welcome, Brina West in the house. Let me play a little bit more of them.
And they can't even read. We are literally breeding blacks for the prison. The black community is a slave breeding farm. I'm gonna say it again. I don't care if you're mad. The black community is a slave breeding farm. Black woman, don't you turn your vagina. Black woman, don't you turn your vagina into a slave breeding factory. Oh no. Black woman, don't you turn your vagina.
See, that's the funny thing that I don't get. This is the end of the video too. He's getting on black women, right? But who made him pregnant? Okay, I understand the responsibility and by golly gee willigers, everybody get out there and get as much birth control as you can, especially because look, it's clear that the men are not going to take responsibility. Yet the problem is we need to make men take more responsibility. And this is the eerie part about Dr. Umar. Okay, that's the eerie part. But quite honestly, this is really Cynthia G's message. This is really Cynthia G's message. But he really has no business saying it. He needs to focus on the men. He needs to tell the men to strap up. Because see, if a man only attacks women like this, then other men are going to think, yeah, it wasn't my fault that I made this woman pregnant. When it's at the very least, it's 50% his fault. It's 50% his fault. Welcome Bella Noir and Minerva's World. Sandy Red says this, I don't know, but Cynthia G should be given the credit for what she's contributed to the community by uplifting and speaking on a lot of issues. Bars. Minerva's World. He bounces back and forth. Yeah, I think I've seen that happen with him a lot. He'll defend black women and then he'll diss black women, or he'll defend black men and then he'll try to make them responsible. He has a full-time job focusing just on the men. Mystic Moon, welcome. It's good seeing you again. But DJ, do you think that men will ever take responsibility on their own? No. Not the ones that are the problem. Hey, Brown in the house. Hey, DJ, happy Friday. Happy, everybody say hi. Hello to everybody, actually, but hello to K Brown. No, I don't think men will. No. Mystic, if let's say we're looking at YouTube as a petri dish. From what I see on YouTube, absolutely not. Absolutely not. He is, Mr. Mook, then Umar is right to speak to women. He is and he isn't. I mean, the thing is this. The problem is that when he's speaking for, I see your point. What you're saying is that you're thinking, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're thinking that he's really self-snitching black men by trying to at least reach black women because he feels he can reach black women better than he can reach black men. Is that correct, Mystic Moon? Kevin says, I'm holding both parties accountable for their wrongdoings. I can see that point. So what he's trying to do is reach the more logical, basically this is going to sound weird coming out of another man, but what he's trying to do is reach the more logical of the two groups. I think we're onto something. Yeah. So what you're saying is that he can't save the men. Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, that's very true. It's, you know something? That's very true. So basically, hey, if he wants to spread Cynthia G's message around, I guess he can do that. But I'm a huge Cynthia G fan, as everybody knows. But I'm not going to try to spread her message around to black women because, you know, I don't feel like I have the right to do that, to be honest with you. I don't. I still got my team of, I'm still a man. I still need to try to work on these dudes. They don't like me for it. Yeah, Mr. Moon, he cannot save men. Yeah. Here's a perfect example too. You check this out.
Know you, not just you as the person, but you as the woman, as a female. This is what these niggas don't know. This is what these niggas don't know. You see? Gen Z men need to be heard and cared for.
Oh man. I was just, you know, I actually just had turned on the what was it, the you know, computer and got onto YouTube, and this popped up on my algorithm. Men are supposed to care for other people. Okay? Cared for by who? Men are supposed to be respected and I do believe supported, but not just in general. And then this guy, he got a little bit upset. And you'll see why he got upset. Here.
The same thing that the millennials needed. This is why I did the show. We're the same, but we're different. Because guess who else is in a mental crisis? And we're almost at the same percentage. Millennials. So it's the millennials and the generation Zoomers. Because that's what Z means, Zoomer. Same shit. Because we weren't heard or cared for as men either. Because we was.
See, this is a problem I have. Notice how you said were, weren't. The problem is this, is that the huge problem I have with this dude is this. He did more whining than he did defining. And what I mean is defining a purpose, defining a plan. He doesn't want to do that. He just wants to blame somebody, whether it's women or older generation. That's all he did during this whole video. That means if you're blaming somebody or you're losing your temper, which he did both, by the way, there's some things you're not doing, which is producing. I'm going to tell everybody a little story. I played soccer back in the day. And as you know, soccer is an outdoor sport, correct? You play it outside 99% of the time. I'm sure there's some fancy, indoor soccer venues now, but back in the day, we didn't have those. Okay? It might have been too hot. It might have been too cold. The field could have been like a bunch of weeds. The field could have just been a concrete level dirt. What I learned is this. The team that usually complained the most about the racist refs, about the reffing in general, about the field, about the goals weren't right, the goals were, those were the ones who lost. The ones who won were the ones who said, okay, I see what's going on. I see what's up. Let me work with this. Let me work with this. I will work this. I will make this work. I see the limitations. Okay. I see the field is muddy. Okay. I know that I cannot run as fast as I possibly. I can work with this though. Find the drive spots in the field to work. Work their least productive players on the opposite team. Make it happen on their turf. That's how you solve the problem. So instead of complaining about the conditions on the field, the conditions of the referees, the conditions of the area, the opposite team, what you do is you focus on what you can do. That's what you do. Because he was like on this thing having a hissy fit. BM in the house. He was on his channel having a hissy fit about, well, what are we supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? And my answer to him was, control your temper. Then he went off more. And hence was his problem. Because when you lose your temper, you lose control. And that's why I guarantee you, if black men, if we could control our tempers, we would start to flourish just with that alone. Just with that alone. Just with that alone. Because as you can see, our tempers gets us into a whole lot of trouble. Welcome, Big Cap. Big Cap always has a good retort. I like it. Big Cap says this. Is the food truck lady being held accountable for taking that money and not breaking bread like she was asked? Number one, I have no clue about the food truck money, the food truck lady at all. And don't care, because for every one food truck lady, there's like 100 food truck men. Big Cap. We need to focus on getting the numbers down, the negative numbers down in our community on the man side of things, and let the women handle the women side of things. So, I mean, I understand your point, but I think you're making a point on something that we have a bigger problem doing. Yeah. Yeah. Sandy Red says this: don't let your emotions act without benefit of your intellect. A line from Hijacker. Sandy Red, you be loving you some movies. You be loving some. But yeah, Big Cap, you deflecting. That's a whole other another issue. Why Brina says, why exactly? Yeah, Big Cap, I understand your point, but the thing is this, Big Cap, here's the thing. Big Cap, that's the thing. You're right. He did that. But don't we have bigger fish to fry on our end, on our team? Don't we have bigger fish to fry, fellas? If we were so perfect, right, we would not be where we are now. So why, if we aren't where we need to be, which obviously this guy agrees because he says it in the thing. It
was the young boys that was told to shut up before I slap you in your mouth. Mm-hmm. Shut up before I slap you in your mouth, and then you was told to defend yourself.
I don't know who his father was. My father never slapped me in the mouth. I might have got a belt or two, but I didn't get slapped in the mouth. Look at this guy right here. This guy is literally 20 years younger than me. Literally 20 years younger than me. I'm in better shape than him. I personally feel I'm better groomed than him. And I'm definitely more in control of my emotions than him. So, and I'm not saying appearance is everything. It's not. The issue is, unless you have discipline over your own body, soul, mind, why are you going to go out there and try to give other people advice or complain, which he's doing under the guise of giving people advice? He doesn't realize it, but he's actually the sheep. He's an angry sheep. Maybe he's breaking out of being a sheep, but he's a sheep, because that's the first thing the man wants you to do, is just complain. What do you think slaves did all the time? Complain. He wants to say, oh, yeah, slaves and this and that. We got slaves. Oh, we got people out there with slaves and that. Well, what do you think? You're complaining. He should have had a little notebook, or he should have been running a, what should I call it? A presentation on how to not be in the situation you are in. But I can tell you, he's in that situation right now, because if he wasn't, he wouldn't be complaining. He would be just offering solutions. This was what worked for me. I know that, back in the day, Pops wasn't the greatest or whatever he wants, whatever excuse he wants to use. But we are men now, and we have full power over our faculties, hopefully. And if you don't have full power over your faculties, this is what you should do first. Get power over your faculties. Many ways to do that. Therapy, read books on therapy, meditation, whatever it takes. Okay? That's what you could be doing first. Because if you don't have control over your mind and body and soul, then you're a slave. Somebody will enslave you by manipulating you. And that's what happens. Let me take him off the screen. We're done with him. And let's touch it up with a little bit of
economically irrelevant to the Black woman. A man's primary responsibility is to protect and to provide. We can protect, but
No, protection is not 4.5 women, per day. That's not protection. I understand, things happen. It's clear Black women are protecting themselves right now. To Big Cap's reply, why is seeking knowledge, says this. And Big Cap, what about the man that deleted, I should say, his wife and kid over electric bill? You're going to bring up weave and eyelashes in 3, 2, 1 about something else, winning about something else. Bars. Why seeking knowledge is dropping that knowledge. Let me drop it early just in case somebody wants to come up. But I'm reiterating. I know I already played this clip before, but I'm reiterating this clip because I think it's important to drive home what you're going to be seeing soon. And Big Cap, mind you, I will be doing my rendition of holding women accountable in a little bit here. So hang in there, sir.
Providing is the issue. Now, you fast forward that 65 years until now, since Dr. King's assassination, a lot of our women don't understand the political history that brought about the economic devastation of the Black male.
I don't know if that's true entirely. Because remember the ride or die term back in the 90s? Why do you think Black women were riding and dying with these men? Because they understood what Black men were going through, okay? And to a lot of women's detriment, went down with the ship. It was either Black love or ride or die. And you saw the results. Now Black men, to those same Black women that ride or died with them, turn around and go, look at all these single Black mothers, many of which were teenagers when they got pregnant, to grown men. The Rat Girl breaks it down like this. In order to enact change, one must look within. Bars. Seek out that which you want to change. Bars. Then create an actionable plan of action. Bars. Don't care what anybody else says or does. Oh my God. Everybody, please give Rat Girl a hand of applause because that was bars on bars right there. That's exact. Everybody wants to hear the answer of what they should be doing. What are the results right there? I couldn't have articulated that better. Rat Girl nailed it. You nailed it right there. Nothing else matters except for what you have within. That's bars right there. I'm telling you. Mystic Moon. Black men could not get us out of physical slavery, so I know they are not going to take us out of emotional and mental slavery. Painfully bars. Not at this moment. Not in our generation. Big Caps is this. Also, Miss Y. That dude should be under the jail for what he did. What dude? Oh, okay. He was okay about the guy who why seeking knowledge about okay, about the guy who deleted his family over a light bill. And then why seeking knowledge says this. My point, Big Cap, let's stay on the subject. Quit trying to insert the fault of some woman somewhere. VM in the house, 4.5 every hour. I don't know if that includes children. No, it doesn't include not young boys. That's young. That's women and girls. 4.5. That's not protection to me. Welcome, Big J. Big J says this. Tell that to Madison, Washington. Big J, you mind if I do your invitation for you? Tell that to Madison, Washington, who was a slave and freed his own people in 1841. Why is seeking knowledge? That was pretty good. I don't know, Big J. That sounded good to me. I mean, you could say that. That was 1841. She's not saying every single people, but look, this is a good debate. This is a good debate in the chat. Tell Big J, speak clearly. All right, let's keep this going. Here we go.
If my woman makes more money than me, that in and of itself is not a problem. Unless she attributes the reason she makes more money than me to the fact that I'm lazy, I'm shiftless, I'm irresponsible, I'm unaccountable.
In his defense, I think he really worded this wrong. Because if you are shiftless, if you are these things,
essence, what they did was they made. If my woman makes more money than me, that in and of itself is not a problem. Unless
that's to be debated, but let's keep going.
She attributes the reason she makes.
Okay, she attributes the reason
makes more money than me to the fact that I'm lazy, I'm shiftless, I'm irresponsible, I'm unaccountable.
So the problem is this, is that what's wrong with that? I hate to make people mad, but I think he used the wrong words, because if somebody attributes that you're not making enough money because basically you're lazy, you're shiftless, you're not responsible, that's not really a name calling if it's true. If you are exhibiting those types of behaviors, that's just a black woman telling you keeping it real. I thought his brothers love it when other people keep it real, or is it only when black men keep it real with black men? Is that how it works? The Rat Girl, Dumar doesn't tell the truth. The culture told black women to sacrifice themselves for these bucks. It's in the music and all entertainment bars. All I need to do is play that Jeezy clip about when a black man is down, it's up to a black woman to basically bail him out. Here we go.
It's the interpretation of the reality that's our problem. Because if my woman makes more money than me, then so be it. That shouldn't necessarily be an issue unless she feels some types of way about that, or if I feel some type of way about that, because it does go both ways. You have sisters who feel like they can emotionally abuse and emasculate brothers if they have more education and income. On the flip side, side, you got brothers who cannot accept a relationship where the woman out earns and out educates him. So
notice how he's grooming black women to accept a man that doesn't make as much money. Because he knows it's true. That's why I don't see how this high value man thing got started. First, there's a high value man, and then there's, well, black women should accept a man who can only pay a light bill. Which one is it? Because see, the thing is what he's doing is he's giving black men the opportunity just to be regular when you can be more. That's the interesting thing. That's the very interesting thing. Here we go.
So it can go both ways. But that economic piece is major because we're the only men in America who are out earned by our women.
There's your problem. Welcome, Phoenix Soul in the house. There's your problem right there. He just said what the problem is. So the problem to black men shouldn't be what black women are doing. Your problem should be is why are they out earning you? And what can you do to start to make more money? Because you're obviously not going to want to tell your own women to make less money just so you can be happy. So the key is this is how can you earn more money? If you listen to Kevin Samuel's speech, if you listen to Kevin Samuel's speech about, oh yeah, black men are high value and women should submit to them and everything like that. Then why would you, if you're going to say all that crap, then you should just be high value. Get to being high value. Then there you go. There's your solution. Don't even think about women until you're medium or high value. Welcome to the stage, Rat Girl. How you doing tonight? Uh-oh. Her device went off. Okay. Why seeking up? The Rat Girl, your device went off. I'll talk to Why Seeking Knowledge until you get it back on. Why Seeking Knowledge says this. When they are sitting around playing games, not looking for work and showing you that they are these things, then you can say this. Exactly. Yeah. Bars.
Can you hear me now?
Sure can. Sound loud and clear.
Hi, DJ. Hello, ladies.
Everybody say, give the Rat Girl a hand of applause, please.
Thank you. I've got my homework done, so I've got time.
All right.
Number one, I will never call him anything but Dumar. Dumar the Fubar. But the thing is this. There is a reason why black males cost the U.S. economy $50 billion a year. And it has nothing to do with black women. As girls, we are growing up in these same households, being put through it even more than the boys are, because we know what happens to many of us. I happen to be a survivor of it all. And yet, I still went to school. I have 4 brothers, one of whom graduated high school and has gone to college. 2 of them have been in the prison system, one for quite some time because he wanted to be a drug kingpin. Education was stressed in our home, and this was not the girls were taken aside and told how, as black people, it's important for us to be educated. All of us were given that message. you know. And my mom said that even though the United States hasn't declared an official language, English is the official language of the United States. And it is imperative that as Black people, especially, we have a command of the language, both spoken and written. We were all taught to work hard for the things we wish to achieve in life. Again, all 9 of us. There was no separation of gender. My mother also, we did have a separation of chores, and that was the grunt work she did give to my brothers. She did not give us things like, taking out the trash, cleaning the bins, that kind of thing. But as far as cooking and cleaning and laundry, all of those things, we were all taught those things. And so, also, we were raised to understand what Blackness is and the responsibilities of showing up as Black in the world. Now, this was a differentiation in that she told us as the fact that we showed up as Black females. We are the mothers of the human race, and so we have a bit of a higher responsibility to comport ourselves as the queens we are. Still, males had responsibilities they were supposed to fulfill. Nobody was allowed to shirk their responsibilities, regardless of gender. And my mother actually specifically told her daughters to avoid Black males. She's like, I like Black men, but they're not good enough for any of you. And so she was always disappointed when one of us came home with a Black guy. I made that mistake, but when I got rid of that plantation buck, I never looked back. I have listened to my own brothers and other males in my family give excuses as to why they can't succeed and they can't do this, that, and the other thing. And I have yet to see any of those things be legitimate. It's all about choices. And Black males are always talking about Black women be accountable and choose this, that, and the third. But when they're standing there on that box of judgment, they have every excuse in the book. And we're supposed to be like, we know your life is hard. And I'm like, no, I am Black and also a woman. So I experience double oppression, if anything. And yet, I'm still able to achieve. I still work very hard to change my life, improve my life. I'm back in therapy again. I've spent more than half of my life in therapy to help me get past what I survived in childhood. It is not fun work. It is not easy work. And yet, I know that I am the only person who has the power to change my life. So I have to take responsibility for my life and do whatever it takes to be successful. I am not sure where the disconnect comes in outside of culturally, because we know that the culture tells Black males that there is nothing wrong with them and that everything they do is okay. There has to come a point when, and this has been in my own life, where you keep doing the wrong thing because of whatever programming you may have had no control over. But there comes a point when it's like, okay, I am no longer an abused child. I cannot make the decisions that an abused child would make. I'm an adult now, and I need to get control of my life. We have to be honest and tell the truth. And the truth, most of the time, is ugly. And I think this can be especially true for Black people, but it's not going to change if we make excuses and lie and try to run away from it. You know, we aren't progressing as a people because we don't like hearing the truth. The moment the truth is told, take Miss Cynthia G as an example. Oh, she hates Black men. I have never heard her say anything that expressed hatred toward anybody. All she has done, and all people like you, DJ, are doing, is telling the truth. And in order for change to be enacted, you have to accept the truth regardless of how ugly it is. But the moment you do that, you take back your power because now you understand I have control over this thing. I can do this. It's going to be hard, but you have to look yourself in the eyes and see all of the unpleasantness that you have absorbed so that you can root it out, make change, grow, and don't act like that anymore. So I'm going to get off. Thank you very much for having me on. Thank you for welcoming me to this warm and loving place. I truly appreciate you. You know, between you and Themis, the number of Black men I respect is going up.
Raquel, all I can say is you must have been backing up the Brinks truck because we're putting bars out left and right. That was beautiful.
I want better for us, and not just Black women. I want better for us. And the thing is, I am prepared to leave behind anybody who doesn't want to go. I mean, if you wish to be the grist for the mill, so be it. Sayonara, adios, kumbaya, whatever. I will leave you where you stand. I do not believe in dragging along anyone. And I think that we as a people have to stop trying to save those who have no desire to be saved. And we need to look around at those of us who got the memo and figure out, okay, we're all here. We know action is necessary. What are we going to do? How are we going to work together to get over this hill? Because once we get over that first hill as a group, there is no stopping us. Yes, we have mountains that we have to traverse, but we haven't even gotten up an anthill yet. It is time for us to look around, see who has shown up. Because every one of us who has shown up, we have come here with tools, books, knowledge, resources of all kinds. And even with the small number of people we have, do you have any idea the level of thriving we can create?
Right.
The time is now. We have to stop looking at the Dumars who are stuck in the 1950s and 60s, looking at back when, and like, when have things ever been great? They haven't.
Right.
But we can create that. As someone who has survived everything that nobody should ever survive, I am living proof that hard work pays off. And I am learning to give myself credit for all the work I continue to do. We as Black people need to look at what we have done that is right and add to that and let go of all this trash. We can't keep bringing the trash with us.
Exactly. I think that's what does us in, actually.
Yes. We and again, I've made so many Black people mad over the course of my life by telling them, you know who my savior is? The woman I see when I stand alone in the mirror. Each of us is our own savior. Nobody is coming to save us. And that should be obvious by now. Because they've been saying that before any of us were even a twinkle in our Father's eyes that we're going to get saved. The only person who saved me is me. I had to get up and do it. And so we have to get up and do it and stop looking for anybody else. No one is coming. No one is coming.
Right. No one.
We've got to do it. And the fact that we're still here makes it obvious that we have the strength and the courage to do it. Because if we did not, we would have all expired a long time ago, and we would only be a few lines in somebody's history book. We're still here, which means we still have the opportunity to get this done. So again, I'm going to say goodnight and hop back down in the chat. Thank you, DJ. I
Thank you,
really
Rat Girl.
appreciate you and your work.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to come up and everything you've done for this channel for the time you've been here. You've been a spark in our channel. Let's put it that way.
Thank
And
you.
damn, you should have told me, dang, you got a beautiful voice. You can speak. Everybody, can you all please give her a hand of applause?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, everybody, that was Rat Girl. If those aren't bars, I don't know what they are. Going to continue a little bit further, and then we're going to get into the meat of the matter. Here we go.
The only ones, and it's by design. Now, when you come to YouTube and you see the back and forth banter between the men and the women, a lot of that is due to poor political education and understanding of the reality. But another part of it is trauma. See, we got to understand when we get emotional, we're dealing with our unconscious pains and memories. Nobody's in the present moment when you get emotional. The minute you are overrun by your emotions, that's your trauma talking. And
remember when I pulled up that other guy with the big beard, with the gray beard, who's 20 years younger than me, but looks like he's about 5 years older than me? That was his problem. He has some trauma, and what he's doing is he's forcing that trauma onto other people. It's one thing to rant. It's another thing to rant and not at least send out a resolution or something what to do. All he was doing was ranting. And, Dr. Umar is not too far behind you himself. Here we go.
Of the reasons Black male-female relationships are so dysfunctional is you got traumatic man trying to relate to traumatic woman. Neither one of them is dealing with the person across the table because they're both reacting from past hurt, which is why I believe that when you get out of one relationship before you go into another one, you need a period of healing, because if in fact you were in love, it's going to take you a while to heal your soul.
Well, first of all, men are, according to Kevin Samuels, right? Men aren't into love. They're into control, and they are into access. That's what Kevin said, not me. That's what Kevin said. He said people aren't supposed to be getting married. He literally laughed at women that wanted to be in love. He literally laughed at women that wanted to be in love. And he said, love is not, and the funny thing is this, these guys are listening to every one of his words. And he has nothing in his past that shows you that he was successful at anything that he said. But people call him Saint Samuels. They call him Saint Kevin. You know what for? Abusing women. That's why they call him Saint Kevin. Because he abuses women. The only reason. And that he's promiscuous. He was promiscuous. He himself said he had a rotation of 6 women. What part does that tell you it's not Pookie? What part of that? Really, think about it. If some guy you didn't know walked up to you and said, yeah, I'm sleeping with 6 women. Does that really sound like, does that really sound like somebody who's respectable? But they loved him for it. They loved him for it. And that, when I knew my fellow black men are in trouble. There's no other way to put it. There's no other way to put it. Big Cap, I don't even listen to Steve Harvey. So let's keep it on Kevin. Because Kevin, you do know, we both agree that he did have what he called a rotation of 6 women, okay, that he paid on a 1099, which makes him a high value trick in my books. Nothing wrong with that. The only time, Big Cap, that's a problem, because what? So what if he pays for it's not the most moral thing in the world, but if he wanted to have, relations with 6 different women half his age, that's up to him. The problem I have is when he turns around and gets on his moral high horse, okay? He gets on his moral high horse about women. That's the only time it becomes a problem. And if he didn't do that, nobody would know. No one would know. Phoenix Soul breaks it down like this. The Rat Girl. I actually got involved with a black man because I thought my work ethic and success would inspire him. That's what he said he wanted. We know how that ended. Bars. But piss a hole. F Steve Harvey. But where's his daughter at? Yeah, I'm curious too. Phoenix Soul, Racker Girl replies, we've all attended Bulla Man University. I dropped out and I'm so much happier for it. Yeah, Bulla Man University, it don't work. And that's what these guys are doing here. They're build a man university. Let's get an update with Gail so far. Well, let's see if it is an update. Oh, we already did that. This is what happens. Okay, so black men, we have all this power, we're high value and everything, and then we do shit like this.
I know Chiggs is in here recording this.
Yeah. No Chiggs smooth in here, right? Everything up there.
Fast forward. Let's get to the out of the beat and into the thing.
Or so far. No, we're not talking.
Okay, let me get it back. Go back.
Man.
Hey, man, this got to be one of the most randomest beef of 2024 so far. No, we're not talking about Benzino and Eminem, Jacquees and Trey Songz. Now, apparently these 2 guys were out in Dubai, which, by the way, you should never, ever, ever have a fight in Dubai. They have...
Can you believe this? We can't even go to a place like Dubai and be peaceful. Listen.
No issues locking your asses up and do not care if you're a celebrity. Now Jacquees put out this message. Here's Jacquees calling out Trey Songz.
I ain't even gonna cap. I want the world to know this bitch ass nigga Trey Songz is a bitch. Period. This nigga's a bitch, bro. This nigga came in the club.
Can you believe this? This is how they act abroad.
Talking about rape. Fuck you talking about rape for a bitch ass nigga? Then you come outside the club and swing on your little brother. You's a bitch.
I'm embarrassed. Towards she gave Future a chance, so I'm putting that in my application. That's funny. This the whole after I thought about it for a minute. That's funny. Oh man. But no, look.
Chris Brown the GOAT. You's a bitch, brother. About a bitch. That ain't even my bitch.
Chris Brown, another abuser, is the GOAT, brother. Oh my God.
You talking about bitches that's with these niggas? The workers? You talking about people that came with these niggas? Hey man, fuck you bitch ass nigga. You a rapist, bitch. And I don't give a
Man, this is probably going to destroy my ranking, but okay. Let me see if I can fast forward a little bit, but you see what's going on.
If you tell anybody anything about what we text you, put the message on there, bro. Fuck you bitch ass nigga.
This is a high value man, seemingly enough. Or at least high earning, I guess. I don't know. Where does he rate? I think we need to rate these men so we know women know what they're getting. Right?
You can never come around me. Fuck you, nigga.
Now Jacquees posted this picture of his locks. He said, fuck Trey Songz. Can't come back to Atlanta. This nigga came in the club and said I got on a Q-Fit, which I believe is the fraternity that wears purple and gold. Whole time this nigga hating. This man dancing, introducing himself to niggas, all types of shit, bitch ass nigga. And I give that bitch ass nigga a compliment.
Wow. I need to slow down. I need to slow down playing it just so I don't get dinged.
Man, fuck you, pussy. You a hoe.
Wow. Let's go past that. We can all read it, right? We can all read. I got to put that on mute. I'm sorry, folks. You can read what all he says. Basically, I think it's best if we just say nonsense. You know what I mean? Wow, it went on for a long time too. Okay, so I left it up so if anybody needs to, you can pause it and read what it says. But this is what happened later.
Hey guys, shop with my boy Chick Smooth at chicksmooth.shop.
Okay, so basically, we can't even act right in Dubai. Let's see if this breaks it down even further. This is from
pettyblog.com.
Petty Blog. Okay, here we go. Pettyblog.com. Petty Blog.
And in a now deleted post, even showed that Trigger pulled out a few of his dreads. Yikes. Yikes. And Dubai.
Let me ask you this. How do you fly to Dubai, which is a long way and a very expensive place to be? And there's not a whole lot of brothers there. I know there's brothers there, but not, from America, right? How bad off do we have to be to find each other and get in a fight with each other? Rena West says it all started over a trans woman. It could be. Man, can you believe this?
It's strict. They don't play that. So the both of them are lucky that they weren't arrested or something. I'm just saying. So yeah, so both Trey Songz and Jacquees were in Dubai because they were both booked for separate events. But I'm thinking that because they're in the same industry, they were cool and called each other brothers, that they decided to link since they were in the same place. But the link up, like so many other industry link ups, went sideways.
Okay. To the left is Trey Songz. And as you know, let's go over his history. Trey Song abuse. Okay. Let me see if I can find a short.
But while this could have been chalked up to a run-of-the-mill problem with anger issues,
Listen to this.
And by the way, it's sad that like a lot of the historical
How ironic. Another guy who's in SA trouble as well. DJ Sympedemics.
figures in R&B that we assumed were getting all the we're now basically about to crucify, just like how people crucified R. Kelly.
That Trey Songz doc.
Crucifying somebody means that somebody who's being, deleted unfairly. Okay, Trey, you see, do you guys see the fraternity of SA artists that are out there?
Is going to be crazier than the R. Kelly one. Trey Songz is the most nasty, abusive, beats the out of women. Like, he is the scum of the earth. If you ever thought you could surpass an R. Kelly doc, I promise you in 15 years, Trey Songz, his doc will. He's an awful human being.
there's an inherent danger in the music sphere, in that while we idolize music, it's impossible for us to ever truly get a grasp on the artist behind it. So when they fall short of your expectations, or even worse, breach your
This is from Hip Hop Madness, by the way.
ethical code, it leads to this age-old dilemma of,
So basically, it's like this. Let me start right here.
he became a sex symbol to an entire generation of R&B fans. But now, it appears that in tandem with crafting a musical legacy, Trey has allegedly been leaving a trail of destruction and deviancy behind him. And now, he's been dogged by accusations of dubious behavior for years, beginning with a general sense that he was all too happy to dehumanize women at a moment's notice. Back in 2012, a stripper told the police that Trey Songz had forcefully thrown a wad of cash at her face, giving her a black eye. In turn, he was charged with misdemeanor assault and harassment. In later years, it was also suggested that after getting into a minor car crash with a woman, he pushed her phone into her face so hard that it shattered her glasses. But while this could have been chalked up to
What a piece of crap. And they love him. Phoenix Soul says this. Torch, my first duty station was Korea. First night in country, I went to a club on post, only to run into a bandit who had beef because of the color I was wearing. Like, what? Don't we all wear camo, ninja? You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Rack roll. It would be less work to find non-predator black men than to keep showing who they are. They aren't tired enough to stop. Yeah, it's you're in Dubai, bro. You've gotten away with heinous crimes, and you still act up. It's just the way it is.
a run-of-the-mill problem with anger issues, the foreshadowing of what was to come can be seen as early as 2015, the very year after Trey scored his second #1 with Trigger, no less. During a radio appearance, pop star BB Rexa discussed a run-in with Trey that seemed to have left her shaken, confused, and above all, scared enough as to worry about what she could disclose.
I went to my lawyer's wedding, and Trey Songz was there with his date. He's giving me the eye all night, and I was like, okay, what's going on? This is weird. I go to the pool house, and he literally is at the door and pushes me against the wall and puts his lips on my lips and is like, let's do this. And I said, no, I'm not trying to do this right now. He was, I was playing anyway. Something else happened, but I'm not going to say that. But
Although nothing really came of BB's story, the first real celebrity to call out Trey was Keke Palmer, when she revealed that she'd been coerced into appearing in his music video for the remix of Pick Up the Phone, and in her words, was subject to sexual intimidation. "This is preposterous. How am I in this video, Trey?" she said after it dropped. "After you found me in a closet hiding because I was so afraid of any more conflict. Literally, my last option was to hide because you all would not listen when I said I did not want to be in the video the first time. Just because you give someone food, alcohol, and throw in a little sexual intimidation doesn't mean they will buckle. Yet, you still disrespected me as a young woman. whom you've known since she was 12. In a pattern that would become disconcertingly familiar, Trey
So
responded.
fellas out there in fella world, how many Trey Songz do we have in the community? You know, give me a percentage, everybody. What percentage do you believe Trey Songz people mentality is in the community? I would like to know. We have a live stream coming up called The Math, which we will go over more specifically what's going down. But let's get a rough estimate. I mean, how many Trey Songz do we have out there? Oh, wait a second. That's just crazy to me. Let me go back over here. So that's basically what's going on. Two very creepy dudes getting in it with each other in a place that you would want to show at least some sort of respect so you don't ruin the reputation of African American men. You would think they would do that. Oh man, I ain't done yet though. That's right.
Getting in nitty gritty, it's not fake.
Some are saying the Krishan tattoo is fake. Days ago, Krishan shocked the internet with a new blue face tattoo, but some did not believe it. So she went online to explain. Take a listen.
Getting in nitty gritty, it's not fake. So I don't know why I keep saying it's fake. I just got it professionally done.
There you have it.
Remember, this is a young lady who had hands and feet put on by the person that she just put on her cheek permanently. 75%. Damn, 75 to 82. Uh-oh, wow. Wow. So anyway,
Rock confirmed that her tattoo is not fake, but some are still wondering, why is it not red or swollen?
so Krishan, yes, that I'm going to hold Krishan responsible for this. This is ridiculous. She had this put on her when her narcissist boyfriend, or whatever he is right now at the moment, is going into jail. I have no reply for this. So Big Cap, knock yourself out on this one.
At all. So is this tattoo real, or does it even matter? However it unfolds, keep it locked right here on Blue Rock TV, where we spill the tea on the celebrities you love and hate.
Oh God, here we go again. Welcome back to the Circus News. Rapper Blueface has been hit with an arrest.
Oh, this is funny, Ruby. This is Ruby Kai. This is funny as hell.
Warrant out in Las Vegas for the incident with him and Jaden, and he tried to sick Jaden on that girl like she was a dog, talking about get him. Child, the judge then issued him a warrant. Hey Earl, I just called to tell you,
This is beautiful work. This is Ruby Kai. You gotta like and subscribe. This
Blueface got a arrest warrant. He about to really do some time, Earl.
Oh my God!
Wow! You happy, Earl? Let me call my granddaughter. Hey, grandbaby, you heard about Blueface? He going to prison. Yeah, I know, Grandma. But you know that ain't gonna stop Krishan. I think it's gonna get worse before it get better, Grandma. Don't stress yourself out about it, please. Oh, baby, you know Grandma like to gossip. I'll see you for Sunday dinner. All right now, baby. You take care. Bye-bye.
Phoenix Soul says this. I've been in Krishan's shoes, had a ninja tatted on my shoulder. Thank God's for cover up thank God's for cover up kings. Wow. Hey, at least, you were smart enough not to put it on your face. That would have been a problem. Man.
Ma, bye-bye. Girl, Mabel, that universe doing this thing. Girl, I heard they got that Blueface on that arrest warrant. Now I have to be honest.
So yeah, I mean, you see where I'm going with this. We're getting into it now. This is the Harley Quinn phenomena. This is the Harley Quinn phenomena where women are actually attracted to, some women, I can't say all, attracted to and supportive of basically toxic individuals in or out of prison. They love themselves some Trey songs, Chris Brown, dudes that should be in jail, dudes that men tell women to choose better, but then when the man is in the same room as them, they're like, "Oh, brother, yeah, oh, you the goat, you the goat." You know, let me keep it going.
I wanted Blueface to sit down somewhere and shut them up, but I dang sure didn't want him to be stressed out. I mean, he been out of line and, he violated that parole, but I didn't expect him to go to no prison. Girl, I did. He was acting the fool, remember?
Oh man, I'm gonna hold it right there. Remember that's Ruby Kai. You gotta check it out. Kai last name. Oh man, that was funnier than I thought. Yeah. I mean, come on. I mean,
Vegas.
I have no idea. I just seen the stuff just like y'all. When I asked Wack, he had to look into it. So as soon as I know something, I'll let y'all know.
this is Blueface's mom.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Nine
Johnny
Mag.
got me feeling bad that he doing his punishment time. At 27 years old, he got me feeling bad.
You feeling bad? Shit, it was about time he went. To be honest with that, I mean, he had been putting hands and feet on everybody.
Yes, child, my daddy Aquarius too. This is just a hot ass mess.
It is. Your son is a hot ass mess. As you can see, Big Cap, I'm holding Blueface's mom accountable. Now, these women have something in common. Something about the male identified vibe, if you know what I mean. So let me keep it going. Here we go. The male identified vibe, like Chantel Simone, like Crimson Cure, like the insecurity boss, that male identified vibe. This is what Blueface is a result of being raised by a male identified woman who thinks just like the male identified women in the manosphere think. That black men are never to be held responsible or dependable at all. And so this is what you end up with. So all those men in the manosphere, yeah, you got a point. Yeah, they raise a lot of women raise a lot of bad kids. The same women you respect online. The same women you respect online. Melanie Kings, Crimson Cure. Oh, I'm sorry. Ches Charday, I'm sorry for leaving you out of the mix as well. Chantel, depending on the day or the week, Courtney, depending on the day or the week, she could be pro-woman or pro-man. He still supports Kevin Samuels. I don't know why. But let me go ahead. Keep going. So anyway, this is another, hey, you guys have been waiting for it. You guys wanted me to go in on black women. The problem is the women you respect in the manosphere are the same women you blame and that Kevin Samuels scolded. Checkmate. Big Cap says this. Gangs with no gang, no. He raised a successful man. Dude, have you got the memo? Big Cap, did you get the memo? Bro, he's in jail. Bro, he's in jail. He might have a little money moving around here and there. That depends whether he gets sued or not, on what day he gets sued. He's well known, we'll put it that way. But if you believe, and Big Cap, man, my man, it's like this, bro. Wait, let me read Big Cap since he wants me to read it. So I never heard Blueface dad mention his mom did her best, but are you saying that she we don't say mammy in here anymore, Big Cap, because it's not supposed to be right. We male identified. We go with that, or MameZ, because they want to manipulate the narrative of a mammy, to make me sound like I'm being derogatory and shit. So I'm just gonna go with male identified for now, if you don't mind. Anyway, so you said, so I hear that the best, but you're saying, yeah, no, she's a manosphere mentally. She has the same mentality as the women in the manosphere have. My son's in prison, but he did no wrong. My son put hands and feet on several women, but he did no wrong. She has the same mentality. She's not going to be, you're not going to find her on some BWE room. I'll tell you that. No. No. It's all about her son. Phoenix, so, when we stop saying that, we'll see what happened, Phoenix. So there's some people tried to talk smack about me, and they said, "Oh yeah, look at you. You're mean to black women because you be calling them mammies." Of course, they left out the part about them being red pill male identified women. But so I'm not going to. It's going to slip out. It's going to slip out because it really means nothing of what they think it means. But it's just what it is. So they can go. What they're saying is that we can go around and call each other NIGGA, right? But if I call male identified women mammies, then they want to get up in arms. It's a long story. Long story. Long story. What happened? Big Cat, go get Big J back over here. Tell him to get his butt back over here. Tell him I didn't tell him he could leave. Tell him to come out the damn clouds right now. I don't have all day. Anyway, he's going to get a good lesson tonight. This is a good lesson. Okay. Here we go to the ultimate.
This video contains one jail visit between Ernesto and Sonia. As you will see, they experienced.
So let me get some volume on this. Welcome to Ernesto and Sonia's segment of tonight. Welcome, Tevin. Tevin says this, and they hate when other black women hold them accountable when dealing with, Tyrone. Apparently they don't like that either. Bars. Big Cap, I don't own Big J. That Negro grown and on his own. But he's angry though. He's angry. Okay, so here we go. Okay, I want to find out, is everybody, put a 1 in the chat if you're more familiar with Jail Calls now, with starring Ernesto and Sonia. If you're not, it's okay, put a 2. Here we go. Oh, don't forget to like this live stream. Don't forget to like it. Here we go.
Technical difficulties during their visit. The conversation mainly revolves around how Sonia looks. Take a listen.
I want you, notice this. Here we go.
Where your head at, woman? Your hair look good, though. Hold on. What'd you say?
I need to preface this. This is a man who has been repeatedly accused and booked in on essay and pedo stuff. And she is visiting this guy religiously. Here we go.
Hey.
It was very hot.
Oh, yes. Oh, they're so pretty. They're so
No
pretty.
lashes. Oh, look, no lashes. Very minimal today.
Your ass look young as hell.
No makeup. We got lip gloss on a lip liner, just a little.
When I say you look young as a motherfucker, for real look young. What, your eyes hurting? You got a stretch?
No, squinching. I could be fine. How you doing, old man? About to get out? What's up with that beard? Oh, God.
Uh-oh, technical difficulty. That's not me. That's not me.
What did it do?
Big Cap, you are correct. This is a jail call. This is a jail call. I repeat, this is a jail call.
She changed me to another phone, to another camera.
Big Cap, I'm holding this woman accountable. She has a YouTube channel where she literally insults Black women and then comes back over here religiously to meet with a man who has been accused of essay and pedo, along with a whole lot of other shit as well. BM in the house. Here we go. Back now, he probably went to get somebody to help.
Hello, man.
BM, it's so mean. Nesto disappeared. Okay, they're fast forwarding to save because
Hello.
Oh, this one is much better.
She said you was on a bad station.
Oh, that's what it was? Yeah, you look nice with your little green outfit on. Girl, you about 12, you look even like 12 years old.
This dude is getting a hard on, and then he's telling this woman who's 55, oh, you look like you're 12 years old. That's beyond creepy. That right there is going to get him in trouble.
Oh.
Really?
Sometimes, criminals, sometimes they just talk too damn much, y'all.
All right, I'll be 12 today.
I'm sorry, you look young as hell. Your hair is beautiful, though.
Do you like my hair?
Yeah, I love your hair. I think it's sexy. You gonna take some pictures like that?
Yeah, I'll take some pictures for you.
Oh, I love those fingernails. They're just so sexy.
You like them?
Man,
he just called a woman 12 years old, and now he's calling her so sexy. Or what? I mean, hey, look, let me give credit where credit is due. Sonya does look cute. But she doesn't look like 12 years old. But let me tell you this. He probably wishes she was.
This is a great screen right here. This is a good looking screen.
We're in summer.
Huh?
We're in summer. You said spring. We're in summer.
No, I said it's a good looking screen. The screen look good.
Let me ask you all this. How old does she look to you from what you can see? Put that in the chat. What age would you say she was? By the way, I think she has a little bit more on than just some eyeliner. Big Cap says 36. Ellen in the house. For 30th minute, yeah. I am so glad we did this. I'm so glad we did this. This is the truth. But he says she looks like she's 12.
Green is better. Oh, the
Yeah,
other
it's
one was bad.
it's way clearer on this one. That one is like a dark age.
This one,
Yeah,
well, mine look the same. So
no, this is good. This is good right here. Appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah, I can see that
What
beard.
you got? Yeah, it's long name. It's getting
Damn long. You in that afro, Santa? They don't grow long this way, good. Or you keep it trimmed this way.
No, I'll just be laying down on it, see?
No, I'm about this right here. Your beard.
Oh no, it do grow, see?
Oh.
It just laid down. I just gotta lay it down.
Oh.
Yeah, it grows.
Oh yeah, you got that pretty hair. That's why.
I don't know about that part, ma'am, but you look very, very nice today. Very nice today. Yeah. Damn, your hair done grow long since the last time I seen it like that.
Yeah.
Man, he looked a mess though. I mean, he could at least combed his hair. Man.
Grow longer. Huh?
I told you it grows fast.
Yeah, real
I was looking
fast.
at pictures last year, and I didn't have no hair. It was like this, brush waves, all of this, everything from here on down was gone.
You know to make your fingers look. They make your hands look very, very beautiful. You do know that, right? Yeah. Damn, they done got dark. You been out in that sun.
My fingers not dark; they the same color. What did you think? They just darkened my face.
Oh, they done got darker. They done got darker.
Oh, my face and my hands are like two different shades. We're all three colors, okay? Our chest is a different color, our stomach, our hands and arms.
Pistol hold. Sounds like a late night party line.
And then our face.
The Rock Girl says, no DJ, he's a black man. All he has to do is show up.
Is your face and your hands are different? I think.
Big Cap, he old enough to be her dad. And how did they meet? I bet another inmate put him on. More than likely, get this, Big Cap. Big Cap, you're not going to believe this. She's older than him. Wait, let me double check that. I think Ernest is like, let me see. No, yeah, he's 58. He's a couple years older than her. Damn.
I don't know.
Yeah, they are. They are.
You know, they let you, the thing is, they let you shame and groom yourself in prison. It might just be like some scissors and a comb, but it's something. Shit, he needs to do something.
My hands are white now. Look how white they look.
Yeah.
The white folk. Huh? They look real light, don't they?
Do this.
Phoenix Soul, he look like he getting ready to knock on my windshield with a bottle of Windex and try to clean it with his shirt.
Hell
Oh no, no.
Yeah, hard
No.
work. Only hard work you do is wash your car. That's it. Wash your RV.
That's not true. That's not true. I do hard work. I do. Yeah. So how you
Physically?
feeling today?
Yeah, manipulating women, trying to commit SA. If that's the hard work he's talking about, I guess so.
Yeah, physically, I do hard work.
Fine.
Yeah, I could tell you swing around that corner around there, swing around there. Yeah,
Feel good.
yeah, I like that little outfit you got on there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I like. Is what?
I said boobies.
Is it hot on you?
No, it's like parachute fence. It's very, very light.
Oh, they're very light. Okay, what you got?
What a creepy dude. Damn.
You got white tennis shoes on? Okay.
No, I have on heels.
Tevin says she's too damn old to be that damn stupid. Basically, I mean, this is crazy to me. It just really is.
What kind of heels you got on?
White heels.
Absolutely, Cap. I told you that earlier. You must have left for a minute. I told you at the very beginning before I started this when I'm holding this young lady accountable. Now she would be, she's male identified on steroids, by the way. Even though this guy has a long ass rap sheet, okay, she believes he's being wrongly accused. Though basically the majority of his life has been spent committing crimes. I am holding her accountable for being another male-identified woman. Male-identified. She's gonna make me cry. Now, and it's funny because this is the type of woman right here. Sonya is the type of woman that men in the manosphere would be saying you should have chose better. There was not one man in the manosphere. Well, no, there are a lot of criminals in the manosphere. Other than those guys, that would say she should have chose. That wouldn't say that she should have chose better. What is seeking knowledge? He looks so thirsty to see a woman. He's eating that up. Yeah, he sure is. Why seeking knowledge? The little girl outfit worked. It worked.
Oh, damn. Okay, then. Damn, no shoes coming back in style.
These shoes came in style last season, but they came. They sell them this season too. So.
Okay.
They're new. I've never worn them before. Kiss my ass.
Why you say that? Why you want me to kiss you? Okay.
Because you said they came back.
If you didn't notice that, he was negging her. That's a pimp / pickup artist style of trying to put down a woman so that they like you more, but you joke about it a little bit. That's called negging. Negging. Let me keep it going.
This season, some shoes back in season like they dated.
Well, you know what?
I don't wear dated shoes. Shoes is one thing that I buy every season because they do change the style. So whenever they change the style, I always buy whatever it is. But there are shoes that are just classics that stay.
Let me pause it right there. By the way, this is by phone calls from prison if you want to hear the whole thing. I only like to play samples because I really do believe that if you want to hear the whole thing, you should go to the whole channel. I just feel that way. So Here, Big Cap says this. That's a true statement. She should have that ninja is in. She should have that ninja is in jail, but she doesn't care. She putting money on the phone to speak to a inmate instead of a free man. Bars. Told you. I told you. This is not going to work. It's different if. Let me tell you some exceptions to this situation here. There are some men that like they did get hit by the system where they were smoking weed, out fishing, and for some reason it devolved and they're in prison. I don't know how it happened. We don't know how it happened, but I will give an exception to stuff like that. But before that, they were like exemplary human beings. Okay. He never was. He never was. Like that. He never was. He was always a bandit. So that's when it comes to prison reform, we're not talking about dudes like this. We're not talking about him. We're talking about men that actually did get railroaded. That's who we're talking about when it comes to prison reform. Yeah, Pistol Hole's got a point. Big Cap, that's her money. That's her money. Yeah, I did agree. Big Cap, don't worry. We'll find some other disagreements down the line, okay? But yeah, here we go.
In style. But I still buy shoes every season. That's why I don't spend too much money per season because I know at least about $100, $150 a shoe.
That's $150. That's $150 right there.
These are $80.
Dang. I just don't spend that much on shoes myself. Well, no, I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't say it. I did spend. I have to account. I did spend $300 on some wading boots, but I mean, they're never mind. That does. There's no excuse. I can't get on her for some shoes in. Ellen says, DJ, is he in prison or jail? I'm gonna have to say prison. It might be prison. They say no. I think he's in jail, but I don't know. Welcome, kittens in caskets in the house. Kittens in caskets in the house. Big Cap. Ellen doesn't matter. He's not free. That's for sure. But see, this is the thing. I'm holding women accountable. Do not do this. Do not do a Krishan Rock. Do not do a Sonya Waller or whatever she's calling herself these days. Okay? That's not what you want to do. I'm holding these women accountable. Do not do a Krishan Rock, who's guess where her boyfriend is in prison. Don't do a Sonya Waller. Guess where her boyfriend is in prison. Especially when they have a history of visiting these venues often. And even more so because they have a history of SA, DV, I mean, restraining orders, PD, the whole bit. If there's anything that I have a problem with was this. This is where accountability. You cannot be giving these guys. This is why these guys. This is a small portion of why these guys are who they are. Only a small portion, but a small portion. Why? Because they know that they'll get somebody sooner or regardless, no matter how disgusting these men are. DJ, but it seems like she loves him. I think she does. I think it's more of, I don't think it's true love, but I think she loves the way he makes her feel for some reason. That's a difference, by the way. She's probably getting more attention from him than other guys. And he's an excellent pimp too. He's excellent at pimping. That's what he's been doing all his life. Let me keep it going.
These aren't too expensive because they're kind of low. These were like $80.
Do your feet sweat in them things?
No, they're
What the hell? I think that's negging, but I'm not sure.
They're sandals.
I'm talking about on the bottom of your feet. Sometimes
I gave myself a pedicure today in the bathtub, so my feet feel real good.
Oh, they do.
Okay, let me pause right here. VM says, I'm thinking about starting a podcast. Phoenix, let's go. I want in. Let me know. Promotions, whatever you need. By all means, I'm in. Whatever I can do to support your podcast, doggone it, let's get it going. VM is about to start a podcast. We need to get it rolling hard. I'm telling you. Here we go.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Motion lips. Motion lips. Yeah. So what you doing since you out there in the hot sun today? What's your next? How long your hair stay like that in the sun, in this heat?
I got probably one more good day, and then it'll probably be oily and time to wash it. But what I'm gonna end up doing is putting it up because it's a lot.
Why does it? I guess I mean, if you were a barber or something, maybe you would talk like this. But they haven't really said. This has all been small talk. VM, I am for real. I am for real. Just let me know when.
I wash it. It's just a lot of hair.
Oh.
So I'll probably put it up for like 3 days and then wash it. I usually wash it when it sits long. I usually wash it once a week.
Okay, that's just getting too boring, man.
Main channel, the Lenore Show channel
Okay.
as well.
Now we're going into the meat of the matter. I mean, we've been on the meat of the matter. I wanted to give you a little bit of the jail call so you know who we're referring to now. Sonya Waller, who, as you'll see, she changes her name. She changes her name. We're going to get into the interview with her. Here we go.
Well as the V Lenore Uncut channel. Okay. Now, just so
This is V Lenore. Okay. She's very cool. I like her style. Here we go.
we're clear, tonight we're talking about an interesting story that has probably overwhelmed the internet, especially the Black YouTube. We've been talking a lot about Shirley Strawberry, her husband, and some recent charges that he is facing. We'll talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I agree, Sandy Red. She does look good for 55. We have to give her credit where credit is due. She looks good for 55.
In a minute, but tonight we are going to be talking directly to the woman who has stood by his side recently as his friend and advocate, and we're going to be able to just get to know her a little bit better and find out what her role is in his life and with this case. So with that said, I am going to shut down the Uncut channel, but I'm going to play my little my intro again, just to give y'all some time to come in. I'm going to ask either Fedora, can you go to the Uncut channel and drop the main channel or this link to this video in the Uncut channel chat? That way, if somebody comes over there, they can still get the link and understand we're going to be on the main channel tonight, okay? All right, so with that said, I'm going to play my intro, grab me something to drink, and then I'm coming right back to introduce you guys to Miss Sonya Waller. All right.
All right. I'm gonna fast forward it because if she plays music, it might get algorithm. Okay, here we go. Here we go. That's right. A Phoenix Soul. I agree. She might be Pistol says she's bright. She's bright, but she is cute. Very cute.
All right, we're good. All right, I just wanted to be able to see the chat a little bit better. Got it. All right. Okay. So with that said, Sonya, girl, you's YouTube famous, girl.
In a negative way, of course.
YouTube infamous? Is that what it is? You think that's what it is?
I'm YouTube popular. Let's say that.
So let's talk about it. Where are you from originally?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay. And so you're from Cleveland, but when Ernesto met you, were you living in Georgia at that time or you were living in Florida?
I was living in Georgia.
I'm telling you, this is about as good as you get for you should have chose better. I don't think it gets as nearly as obvious as you can here. There is now she's calling herself Durham for some reason. That's probably because that's her maiden name, I assume. We'll find out. But see, the thing is this. The funny thing that I find about, I've been reiterating all night. The funny thing that I find out is all those women that these men keep saying should have chose better are women that these men follow. I guarantee you. It's the same male identified. Because really, quite honestly, think about it. If she was in her right mind and respected women, she would be disgusted by Ernesto's jacket. Or let's just say paperwork. But a lot of people, she looks right past it. Here we go.
Oh, you were. So you were living in Georgia. Okay. In Atlanta? In the Atlanta area?
In Buckhead. I lived in Buckhead.
Oh, okay. See, I'm thinking you moved there because of the case. That's not the situation.
No, yeah, it is. I moved here I was here for a year. Then I moved back to Miami to open up a business.
Okay.
And then I moved back here because my lease was up and I was going to go somewhere else. But because his case was doing what it was doing and I kept traveling back and forth from Florida here, I came here to kind of help with his case.
Okay, so let me understand this. So when you met him, you were living in Atlanta. And so you guys only met, how many times did you guys meet before he was actually arrested?
In person?
Period.
Somewhere around 5 times in person.
5 times in person.
In a year and a half span. After I met him, I was hospitalized 2 months after I met him.
Okay, so how many times before you were hospitalized did you get to meet him or see him?
Twice.
Twice. Okay. Okay. And then you went into the hospital and you were in the hospital for how long?
30 something days.
Oh my goodness. Do you want to share a little bit about why you were even in the hospital?
Exactly, Big Cap, another prison bay.
It stemmed from me getting shot back in 91.
Oh, this gets deep, y'all. This gets deep.
I had some
from 91. So that happened in 1991, but
it was 30 years later. I had a blockage from scar tissue that developed over the years. And so it was Christmas Day, 2020, that I got sick, but then I was hospitalized 2 days later.
Oh my goodness.
And then I was supposed to only be in the hospital for 3 to 5 days, is what I was told. And it ended up being a month and a couple days. It messed up.
So you mentioned that in 1991 you were shot. You want to tell us just a little bit about that? I know on, and by the way, you guys may have seen her on Tasha K, Infamous Sylvia, who is actually a friend of this channel. I like to consider to be one. And you've done some other interviews as well. Can you tell us just?
I think I did one other than that. It was just Sylvia, Tasha, and this one other Judge TV with the T. That's a small channel, I think.
Yep.
I don't really follow the channels that on YouTube. It's four that I have the biggest issues with because they always like, say the most nastiest things. But it's a lot of people
See,
that
the most nastiest thing for Sonya is if you're telling the truth. Like she doesn't like it when people say correct her. She hates being corrected, even though it's absolutely on point. There's just something she doesn't like it. She's very impatient. She's not exactly what you call a very patient person. Let's just put it that way. Here we go.
that has done the story. I just don't go on and read it or follow it. Pretty
Okay.
much. Unless somebody tells me, then I'll go and look at something.
So tell us just briefly what happened in 1991.
Oh, broke up with a boyfriend, and then he came over after after we had to break up, whatever, for one last visit or whatever, and ended up shooting me and several people in the house.
Y'all hear that? Now it gets better. It gets better. Let me pull this down a little bit more. Hold on. Okay. There we go. It gets better, folks. Why does that look like that? Okay. It gets better. So her boyfriend, I guess she should have chose. I think she realizes she probably should have chose better, right? Let me keep it going.
I'm very sorry.
And then he passed, after he shot.
That girl, thank you so much for coming up. Have a good night's sleep. Here we go, folks.
Somebody, they shot him. So
oh, by the way, while we're at it, while everybody is here, do me a favor and put the time in the chat that you probably would feel would be the best time for you. Make it Pacific time. Pacific time. Here we go.
At the same event, he was shot as well. And
yeah, he was shot with one of his guns.
What?
Yeah. It was kind of weird how it went, but I think it was kind of like, I think he was contemplating murder, suicide, or just murder, how it went. Yeah. It was just,
Okay. So with that said, let me ask you, so first of all, let me say I'm sorry to hear that. And two, it's a huge blessing, the fact that you are still here to talk about it. Did everyone survive?
Everybody but him.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So with that said, let's talk a little bit now. I just asked about that because
her life is more interesting than than Ernesto's. Damn.
I'm sure that shapes you. When you go through an experience like that, you can't come out of it the same. You don't think, or do you think?
Well, I had like 3 boyfriends in a row that was kind of like that. So
Did y'all hear that? Let me play that over again.
But now I just asked about that because I'm sure that shapes you. When you go through an experience like that, you can't come out of it the same. You don't think, or do you think?
Well, I had like 3 boyfriends in a row that was kind of like that. So
that's a point where you have to say to yourself, okay, it's me. Not 3. Absolutely 3. 3 times she picked the wrong guy. And she was younger, right? Exactly, VM. And she's doing it once again and doesn't realize she's doing it once again. At least. Who knows about, who was number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
Oh, he just the one that actually shot me. I had a couple, that was just as psychotic. But
So she likes psychotic men. We could stop the tape right here, really, but let's keep it going.
Abusive? Were they abusive? Were they abusive? The other two?
Well, you know what? Let's say the one right after him, came over my house and put a gun to his head and said he was going to kill himself because he felt I didn't care about him.
That's abusive. That's mental abuse. Wow.
And this was right after I got shot. This was the first boyfriend after I got shot. And then the next one after him said he was going to kill me, that the only way I could leave him, it was to die. And that he wasn't going to miss
So she literally had 3 boyfriends that had this vibe for deletion.
The one that shot me did. So, but
Sonya, you must be really putting it on these brothers. What the hell is going on with you? What the hell?
I'm a nice girl.
It ain't got nothing to do with that. It has to do with the selection. Big Cap, here we go. She should have chose better, ×3.
Girl, that's what it is. Oh no. Why are you attracting this same
I'm a nice
dude?
girl. Well, I was kind of trying to, so I was young when all of this happened, and you in your 20s. This all happened in my 20s. And you kind of don't try to pinpoint stuff because you're still kind of like I was kind of like a young, just out here type of
in the streets kind of thing.
No, I'm going to say kid, but I was still grown. I was in my 20s. But you kind of like how I do my children. I said I'm not cutting them loose till they get in their 30s, because when you're in your 20s, you still aren't really a smart adult that you still need a lot of guidance.
The funny thing is this: is she's trying to blame her bad choices on her age, but she's 55 and she's pretty much chosen the same type of person. She just either doesn't care or doesn't know. So she's literally lived her whole love life. It sounds like she's chosen nothing but basically scumbags.
Guidance. And so I didn't get any guidance in my 20s by any of my parents. So
there's a point where she has to say, okay, it's on me. What age was she when she was saying it was on me? I mean, to me, it's like after you get shot by the first person, you probably want to think to yourself that maybe I should take some time off and look into finding a better quality of man that won't shoot me. But then she dates 2 more guys, at least that we know of, and who knows how many more after that, because we can only conclude that she still has been dating those types of men by the fact that she's trying to date Ernesto and he's in prison for doing some heinous shit. Phoenix Soul breaks it down. She's not seeing her pattern. She's not asking the right questions. Bars.
I kind of didn't put too much on the type of guy, the patterns and all of that in the moment until I got a little older. And then I kind of looked at what they all had in common.
And what did they all have in common?
So it was just a type that because they all were different, but they all had one thing in common. So
no, they weren't different. They might have had different tendencies, but they were all the same.
What's the one thing they had in common? What's the one
thing?
They
had very bad relationships with their mother.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me ask you a question, because that brings up one of my questions. Did you have, or do you have, a close relationship with your parents?
My dad, I did. My mother, no.
Okay. So sometimes, we are attracting who and what we are, or the lessons we need to learn sometimes. And maybe that's because you need to heal maybe that piece of you. Maybe that's why you were attracting guys who had that void with themselves.
No, well, they didn't show any signs till they showed the signs. It wasn't like
No, not true. If LW was here, she'd tell you that they do show a sign, you just don't see it.
it was like calling me out my name or putting their hands on me. It was one incident, then that, you know what I'm saying? And then with the other person who's trying to kill himself in front of me, we were both just hanging out. I don't want anything serious. And I was like, fine, cool, no problem, no pressure, And then he caught feelings. And then, because I was still on the agreement, which was this ain't gonna be serious.
Mm-hmm.
He came over with that. So it wasn't like it was something I kept seeing to know he's got an issue. Sometimes you don't know a person got an issue till you see they got an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And
See, the problem is that when you have issues yourself, you may not see issues in other people.
What it was, because they were normal up until that point.
But just so you know, the law of attraction doesn't care about the signs as much. It knows what's missing in you and what lessons you need to learn, and you're attracting something.
Bars.
That needs to be healed. But we'll talk more about that later on.
Some good ones too. All of them aren't bad. Like I had some good ones.
I bet you did. Okay, so with that,
Good one. She's 55. Probably started having relationships about, 17, 16. So that's 40 years later. 40 years later, she's had some good relationships. Maybe they were long. Maybe they were very long, hopefully.
that said, let's talk about how you met Ernesto. And for those of you that are just coming into the chat, hi everybody. If I haven't spoke to you, I'm sure that my moderators will greet you properly. This is Sonia Durham Waller. So are you going by Miss Durham now? How you gonna change the name, Sonia, when you got a whole channel that's called
Phoenix Soul breaks it down like this. Yes, it is. When you're disconnected from self, you can't see what you need to see. Bars.
Miss Waller?
So the thing what it is because my last name, Durham, that's my maiden name. It was kind of very popular where I'm from. So I was kind of trying to be like,
Trying to self-grandulize herself. I made that word up, by the way.
Waller was a nobody. No one knows me by that name, So
is that a married? So you were.
That's my married name.
Okay. So you were married. When did you get married?
I got married in 2009.
Okay. How long were you married?
2014.
Okay. I understand.
I know.
As messy as she's been, as messy as she was still married longer than Kevin Samuels was.
Okay, been there, done that.
We dated on and off since 1989. So we were just like,
Okay.
And we still talk. Look.
Phoenix Soul. Wait, she's trying to marry Unc? What the fork?
We still talk. We still cool.
Okay, cool. Okay, so now let me just make this clear to those in the chat that may not know. I think everybody knows, but just for the hell of it. Ernest Williams, known as Ernesto or Nesto, correct?
Nesto.
He's called Nesto because he steals from the nest. I just play. This got jokes tonight. Here we go.
Husband to Miss Shirley Strawberry, who is a co-host on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. And so tell us how.
The funny thing is that nobody's taking any weight to this. If Nesto was not married to that woman, nobody would know who he was and would care. And that brings in another crazy thing is what I can kind of see where Sonia is coming from. I mean, she really did not come from a classy situation, while Sonya did. So we have to ask ourselves is what made Sonya go to the gutter to date somebody? I mean, she had to know something about the guy. That's crazy to me. That's to me now. That's really the term. You should have done better. You should have chose better. So I mean, Shirley is more of that exaggerate that issue. Let's put it that way. There is no reason. Shirley had no reason to be around this guy at all.
Is that you became acquainted with Nesto?
I met him in Buckhead, looking at property. And we just started, talking about stuff. I don't know how we came about that. Oh, I do. I remember now. He took a call in front of me, and the guy was talking to him about an RV. And then I was just listening. And then when he got the phone, I was like, oh my God, you like RVs? And he looked at me like, yeah. And I was like, I started talking about RVs, and he was looking at me like I was crazy. Like, how do you even know? And I'm like, man, I've been following, studying and trying to figure out what do I want to do with, as far as tiny houses, RVs, all of that, container homes, because that's where I was trying to go. Like, I was trying to figure out.
That's an interesting hobby. I don't know how RVs and thugs. Oh well.
What's my retirement or whatever. And so it just kicked off from there, and then we just started vibing off of that.
Honestly, I think she knew she was being pimped. I really do. And I don't mean pimped as far as the literal term, but I think she knew she was getting game run on her, and she just lets it happen. Even to this day, he's still running game on her because he's trying to manipulate her. It's not really a genuine connection. It's more like, okay, I'm going to let you run game on me because there's something I want from you, and I know that you want something from me type of relationship.
Okay. And just so we're clear, you said your retirement. Tell us a little bit about your professional history. Like what's your business? You said you went to Florida to open a business, and I know you were obviously looking to open another business when you met Nesto. What is your background in?
Right. So my background is construction. My dad owned a construction company for a lot of years. 50 years he did construction. So I was raised doing construction. Then I went to school after I had my daughter, paralegal. In my 20s, I kind of doing the.
Okay, so she was in her teens when she had a daughter. Okay, because now she's in her 20s, which is after she had her daughter.
It's kind of weird what I was doing. What was I doing first?
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to think how this went after went to school. So
she's not trying to deceive anybody, but she's trying to think of a nice way of saying what she did.
Went to school. Then I started. I wanted to be a cop too. It's kind of weird. I wanted to be a police officer.
Really?
Yeah, but my license was suspended because when I was 17, I got
Now she's distracting.
into a car accident, and my dad didn't fix the situation, so they suspended my license. So I didn't have driver's license, so they said I didn't qualify because I didn't have driver's license. And so I started breaking the law, doing a little hustle stuff. And then after that, I stopped, and then I went into working for my attorney who was my attorney when I got.
Let me pause while she's jumbling around with the truth. Phoenix still says this, but I get what you're saying. Older doesn't mean smarter. Wait, let's see where. I think I started here. Ellen said, it's sad how she still is looking for a man at her age. Then Phoenix Soul said, wait, Ellen Ripley, she's older, not but I get what you're saying. Older doesn't mean smarter. And then then Phoenix Soul said there's nothing genuine about their connection. And then Ellen says, Phoenix, I thought women were stop having sexual urges at 40, 50. It's not really about sexual urges at this point, Ellen.
Shot. That's how I met him.
That's
And then I
Eddie
ended up
says,
working
not
for
true
him.
at all.
He did criminal law, family law, probate, all that type of stuff. And so I ended up working for him for a lot of years. And then I ended up going to Detroit for 4 years. And then I was bartending, waitressing, working at a law firm. And that's how I got into clubs.
Working at the law firm got you into clubs?
No, I used to work at this place in Detroit. Neither one of my parents drank, smoke, or did anything. So I didn't know anything about liquor. So as a side hustle, because I was never getting child support for my kid, at this point I had two, I started waitressing at
Okay, so now she has 2 kids. Okay.
this place in Detroit. And then in waitressing.
So notice how she really wasn't direct with her answer. It took her a long time to finally get to the point where she's saying that she was waitressing. Everything else was a kind of like bouncing around, talking about this league, or working with the lawyer or something like that. No, I have no type of time frame or anything. I have no clue what she meant, really.
Waitressing, went to bartending, and then I moved back to Cleveland, started flipping houses. The market crashed in 2008. Then I moved to Miami. When I moved to Miami, I was trying to go back into the law firms, but I didn't speak Spanish. So I ended up working. One of my friends hooked
Welcome, Oya, Terminador Negro in the house.
me up with Pops, who is Trick's father, Trick Daddy's dad. And so he was running a club called Diamonds Cabaret, which was an urban club. It was upscale urban. And I started working there as a door girl. And I worked for the door. I wanted to be a bartender, but he put me on the door because I was like 38 years old at the time.
Okay.
Which I was mad at first, but then.
Oh man, I thought I was bad at interviewing. This is terrible. She's trying to think too much. I think she is doing what she's doing. I won't say that she's lying. I will not say that. But what I'm going to say is that it's kind of like she's stuttering because she's trying to filter everything before she says it. She's trying to filter everything before she makes the statement, so it doesn't sound as bad as it might in reality be. Here we go.
In the door, $1,500 a night. So the door was cool. I was like, I ain't mad at the door. So I just, the door was good. And I only worked like a couple nights a week. And I was making good money at the door, just greeting. And you see everybody. And I was just like, wow, I like the door. And then so I ended up doing the office and the door because they knew my background.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know a door person who gets paid that kind of money ever. But she said she got paid it, so let's see where it goes.
And then within 6 months, I was working in the money room. And I went from the money room to assistant general manager. This was all in under a year.
Oh wow! So you learned the entire business from.
Yeah, so I learned a lot. I learned a lot from him. This was a strip club.
Okay.
So at the same time, he left and opened up the original King of Diamonds in Miami. And so then I went and started working for other owners after that. Okay. And I did property management as well as, overseeing strip clubs. I worked under
off the subject. At least the one thing I will at least give her this much for is that she dressed up classy this time. Got a nice little picture behind her. Makeup's cool. She looks decent. I'll give her that much. Nice glasses. I like them better than the other set. So I'll give her that much. Here we go.
Owners over the managers.
Okay. Now let's go back a second because 2 things I have a question about. One, you mentioned that You went to work for the attorney that was your attorney when you were shot. Why did you need an attorney when you were shot?
Victims of crime. So, you know, when you
Victims have an attorney that's assigned to or
yeah, so they'll give you it's money that the state will pay you for being a victim of a crime. And what they did was they just paid my bills for me.
Okay. And then
I think a victim of a crime and a witness too. Obviously, that's probably the deal. It's like, well, we'll make sure you can survive. Either that or, well, no, he was in her house. So that wouldn't be interesting. I would like to get deeper into that.
the other thing you mentioned was that you went to school to become a paralegal. So you're an actual licensed paralegal?
Yeah, I went to school. Well, school's not open no more, I found out. But yeah, I went to Academy of Court Reporting in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
This was in the 80s and the 90s. So it was like way long time ago.
Okay. All right. But you didn't want to continue that work?
I like it. I kind of,
Oh, I don't know.
I was recently doing it as a fallback, but when I got into the club business, the money is like,
Well, yeah.
the money's like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what you make in a month, you make in a week at a club. So the money's different. And then working in a club, like when I had worked briefly last year for this attorney, and it was just him and I, it was crazy boring. I was just like, because I was 15
This is interesting.
years working in the club business. And I was just like, can I do this? This is so slow. This is so, oh my God, this is boring. You know, so, and then I just had to be like, yeah, maybe I just need a vacation, a work vacation, and kind of took it like that. But it was slow.
Sonia, do you attract drama? You think that there's some people that like a little bit of they call that excitement. I call it drama. You think you like a little drama? Because you had 3 men that brought drama, and now you in some drama now. So I'm just asking.
This is the biggest drama, and him and I both be like, how did this even spin to this situation?
No, or how did it even spin to this situation? He was a criminal before you met him, and he's a criminal now. I'm going to be interesting to see what Villanor says about this. This is crazy. Violence start playing exactly.
But I don't like drama. I'm very low key. I don't hang around a lot of people.
No, that's not true. Sorry. No. You knew what you're getting into when you were getting into this guy. You seen his record. I just disagree 100% what she's saying.
I don't like drama. I try to be very, quiet. The person that's the quiet one in the room that you didn't even know was there. Okay. I'm not the rah-rah. I got a sister I got a rah-rah sister, but I'm not the rah-rah sister. I'm the quiet one.
That doesn't mean that you don't like drama.
She's a quiet one who is now dating a criminal and then starts a live stream talking shit.
Drama.
I don't like drama.
Okay, all right. I'll trust you.
I really don't. I don't.
No, actions speak louder than words. If you went to any of her live streams, I only went to a couple, but that's all I needed. She spent literally the whole live stream. The whole live stream was about her going after people in her chat that disagreed with things that she said. And she would reply back in the most rudest ways, with the most rudest body language you could ever see. So people who don't want drama don't behave like she does.
Not unless it's on a movie. I mean,
okay.
Again, like I said, the way we met, it was kind of weird. And it wasn't like I knew he was attached to somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people that's famous. Mm-hmm. And so it wasn't like I kind of like hang in that space, I kind of, like I said, when I worked in the strip club business.
Exactly, Minerva. She would be bored with a regular guy. That's why she is into low value dudes. She's into low value dudes. And I don't mean to her, he might seem like high value because I don't know, because he married somebody who is high value as a woman. But really he ain't worth crap. He's exactly where he needs to be. And after they handle the legal issues, he'll be there for a while. And if he does get out, he'll probably end up shooting her too. That's basically the whole thing.
I met some of everybody because this was before they had the NFL and the NBA strike. Remember back in 2008, they had that big strike. So we used to get huge parties. It was every rapper, every R&B artist. It was all kind of ball players. It was just everybody.
Yeah. VM, what do you know about the Deftones?
Everybody went to Diamonds Cabaret in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very, very, very it was a very nice club. A very nice club. And that was kind of, I was in Detroit. So Detroit is kind of fun.
Okay, we'll stop right there because we're at the 3-hour mark. We're going to definitely have a part 2. So everybody remind me, I stopped at pretty much the 30-minute mark. So we'll start there next time. It's Friday night. I know everybody wants to probably, I've seen this 3 to you. I've seen them 3 times. Okay. But wow, the Deftones in the house. Anyway, everybody, thank you for coming through. Friday night, it's time to party. Everybody, see you later. Here we go. Yeah, it's been 3 hours. 3 hours and 4 minutes. I'm gonna kick that beat. Here we go. All right, on the ones and twos for you, this is DJ Torch. Here we go.
In this moment,
Andy Red, the nervous world.
cannot say what's wrong or right.
VM.
It's not hard to fool me.
So hold.
'Cause I'm addicted to
Big Cat.
the good life.
Ellen Ripley.
Yeah. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe.
Oh yeah, Terminador Negro.
I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one.
Remember now, remember like on your way out. Like on your way out.
Before the moment flies.
If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button too.
So tell your good lies.
Shout out to Rap Girl for coming up. Excellent commentary. Excellent commentary. Evans in the house.
Before the moment flies. It's not a problem. No. 'Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah.
Kittens and
Nothing can
caskets.
stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah.
Andy Red.
Susceptible.
We know West.
Before the moment
Oh,
flies.
Phoenix. Oh.
So tell your good lies,
thank everybody for coming out, coming through. DJ Torch on the 1 and 2. Everybody have a good night. Mr. Snoopy, good night. Here we go.